Nice. So cool. And did you play a lot of games as a kid? Yeah, there's this fly that is obviously your biggest fan. Um, that has just not left your side since we started. But did you play games as a kid, or do you now on the phone like to sort of?
See, I'm I'm on the games, but I can't play games that frustrate me.
Okay,
I need the games to calm me down.
okay,
So I do play games. Like
right,
I've played Farmville, I've played
right,
like Candy Crush and stuff like that. But for me, when I'm going through my hectic life, I need a game to relax me or to basically, most importantly, do time pass. Make
right,
use of your time, but in a
right.
relaxing way.
Sure.
And which is why I said to them as well. I said, let this game be not frustrating. Like let it be
Okay,
simple.
right,
And they're
right.
like, no, don't worry. It's going to be really simple and very smooth. And it's like you're walking through, your life, but
Right.
virtually.
I'm glad you said that because does this happen to anybody else here? It happens to me all the time when I'm playing frustrating games where I'll be sitting, I'll be, again, too graphic, I'll be sitting in the loo, I'll be sitting on my couch and I'll just be playing this game and I'll be thinking to myself, I've had a good year, I've worked hard, I sort of take care of a business, I have a good relationship with my family, I'm a good person, I think I've achieved a lot in life. Then I'll be playing and then that one pig will not die or that one this thing will happen and my instant reaction will be like तू क्या है तेरे से ये भी नहीं होता मतलब तू क्या मतलब झंड इंसान है तू like that does that happen to anybody else where if you mess up a level in a game you're just like my life is only not worth living
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter what I've achieved it's just
Can't
this
be
my
that
life
way.
is pointless
Especially when you're a competitive person. Like I will
exactly
compete with my father.
right
Like I will compete. If we have to win something, we will make sure we win.
right
So I'm
so
not winning, then it's a problem.
then yeah exactly so that's why you like take this competitive element out of the game so what is that something that your fans will respond to in the game what do you think they are going to take away from this like your
I mean, I hope they take away an experience.
right
I
okay
mean, it's not like I don't get uh, I don't communicate through my social media platforms, but I can't always respond to everybody, and my heart breaks when I can't do that because I mean I would be doing that. Nobody will be seeing me in any movies.
Correct. I
Then.
mean, I don't think you'll be able to respond to it because last I checked, you are India's most successful star on social media.
I would
Or
not say most.
I'm saying, look, let's just be blunt in terms of pure numbers. You're talking to a guy who's built his career on the internet, and our entire point of envy is we just go and we look at your followers sometimes and we're like, it's not fair, yeah. This is not fair. अपना पूरा life internet पे है, लेकिन like we have 2 million and then whatever followers we have, you add 2 zeros to it, and you get Alia's social media followers.
No. I'm honestly I feel very grateful and flattered that I have those many followers.
Okay.
It seems, I mean, a bit surreal sometimes.
Right.
But as you rightfully said, I can't sit and respond. It's not like I don't want to. I do try to do a
Fair
chat
enough.
session every now and then. But I feel like anybody who checks into this game will be able to hear my voice, will be able to see the videos. And again, it's not about me. It's about
Right.
you.
Sure.
And it's not like, come, I'll give you a piece of me. It's not also about that. It's just
Right.
like, come have an experience, and whilst you do that, I'll be your friend. We
Nice.
could be friends. And it's not like I'm saying none of you are my friends. I literally have love and affection and pure like gratitude for everybody who says good things or bad things about me. Because
Right.
even
Okay.
bad things sometimes make a difference,
Fair enough.
in
Yeah.
a good way.
Sure.
So yeah, I think this is in a sense a way of connecting and just staying in touch and another medium of communication.
Nice. Okay, so before we talk a little bit more about the game, I have one more question for you about movies, which is that I mentioned you did just March to March. You have done 4 huge films that have sort of come and gone. And so there was Kapoor and Sons, Udta Punjab, Dear Zindagi, and then Badri. So when you're working on all these movies simultaneously, how do you keep your head straight? Like how do you not show up one day on the set of Udta Punjab just as Kyra? Like how do you keep it straight?
It is very difficult, and
Okay.
that's where the director comes in place. So fun thing is, I was shooting for Dear Zindagi and Badrinathi Dhulania a little bit simultaneously. So the first schedule was that Badrinathi Dhulania, I was doing some extra subtle acting. And Shashank was like, Alia, what are you doing? So it became like a fun thing where he used to say, Alia, not Dear Zindagi, Fear Zindagi.
Right. Okay.
So whenever I was
So-
doing a Dear Zindagi kind of acting, he used to come and say, no, Fear Zindagi.
Right. Just we need to go to the other space.
We need to go to the other
zone.
space. Yeah, but that's where your director, your co-actors, and everybody comes in, in helping you, because honestly, it is very, very difficult, which is why I like doing one film at a time, but you can't always do one film at a time.
So, Dear Zindagi is something that I actually want to talk about more than any of the other movies last year because For me, what was really nice about watching Dear Zindagi is it felt like a space that Indian movies don't usually go towards, which is this sort of idea of this person who, if you look at it as a normal Hindi movie, it's not that much conflict. You can look at it and be like, is लड़की के life में problem क्या है? It's just love problems which everybody else has. But I like that it takes that and it turns it into a sort of conversation about mental self-care and mental care, which is something that I don't think we do a lot of in India. And is that something that drew you to the character?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we know this. You and I, we have a common person in common who
Yeah.
has suffered through depression
Yeah.
and who is
Yeah.
not afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
My sister, because that the whole idea of being afraid to talk about there's something wrong with the way you're feeling is the idea that I feel we need to get rid of in the society. Dear Zindagi was maybe a subtle, sort of more lighter way of approaching it without being preachy, because whenever we try to be preachy, people run away in the opposite
Yeah,
direction.
of course.
I would do that as well. I don't
Sure.
want to hear like a bhashan from somebody.
Sure.
But if somebody's giving me a sweet kind of a representation or a subtle representation of how people actually feel. They may not need to be a really big problem, but you can be feeling a certain way. And I feel like we should start talking about it like it's a cold. Like,
Sure.
because it's as common as a cold. And I really, really like that about that character and that space and how she just develops this friendship with her therapist. I mean,
Right.
Jahangir Khan is totally fictitious. He does not exist. He's not, I mean, I don't know anybody as
As cool.
as sexy and as cool
yeah.
and living in a great little cottage in Goa. But I mean, a lot of the things that we discussed, I did relate to. And I'm sure many girls out there related to as well.
All right, fantastic. So before we talk a little bit more about the game, and I'm going to get Mark and Tanay up here as well, we have a little promo video that we'd like to show everybody. So here we go with a promo video for, yeah, let's sync low and do Tanay to join us. Please, round of applause for them. No more introduction. Go in. Come on in. Yeah, I know, right? Here we go. Okay. Photo in 5 minutes. First questions, then photo. Done.
पक्का देंगे फोटो
पक्का,
मंगेश
पक्का.
बहुत ज्यादा
Done. और अगर फोटो नहीं मिला सर गेम डाउनलोड कीजिए आलिया है गेम में स्क्रीनशॉट लेके छाप दीजिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कुछ टेंशन नहीं है कुछ गेम खेलने का टाइम नहीं है सर क्या बात कर रहे हैं बम्बई में हम सब ट्रेन लेते हैं सर गेम खेलने का टाइम तो मिलता ही है सर क्या बात कर रहे हो 2 घंटा मिनिमम तो दिन का ट्रैफिक में जाता है Okay, so Mark, I'd like to start with you. Tell us a bit about the game and what exactly do players do in the game. If I start playing the game, what would I do?
Yeah.
What would happen?
So you'd first start off with beginning your career.
Right, okay.
Well, first you're going to meet Alia, and she's going to say, "Hey, can you help me? I've lost my cat."
Right, okay.
And then Sheba, right, that we
Right,
talked about. And then you go through photo shoots. You go
Right.
through meeting a director. She helps you out getting your first big break.
Nice,
You get
okay.
a manager. You get a publicist. You start becoming part of the Bollywood industry.
Right, okay.
And it's not only about the gigs that you do, but it's also about the fashion. It's about all the people that you meet
Right.
and navigating your way through the drama that
Right.
can sometimes be associated.
Obviously. I mean, and there's obviously some creative liberties you
A game like this for the India market, and we couldn't think of anybody better to work with than with Alia, who totally gets this. And it's a pleasure working with her.
That's pretty awesome. And how long has the game been in development? Because it looks like something you took your time with. It looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been speaking for a long time with Alia.
bang on
That's why.
We
like right now only this I remember I wore during Dear Zindagi promotions.
Right. Okay.
This look I wore during Dear Zindagi promotions, and that I wore during Kapoor and Sons promotions.
Wow, you really do know your fashion. Like, you literally wake you up at 3 in the morning, like, when did you wear this outfit? And you'll know.
I
Wow.
remember.
so if you guys look
There are
at
few things that I know, and I know them very
Fair
well.
enough.
what we started with, obviously, was looking at pictures on the web of Alia. And if you look at all the different pictures, you find out she has a very elastic and expressive face. And that's a good thing. But it makes it very difficult to try to nail that one look in the game. And I think we probably did 50 iterations.
Right, okay.
Over a period of time, and the artist would try, and we're like, no, that doesn't look right. No, her cheekbone's not right. No, her lips aren't right. And we just continued iterating, until finally we got the look. And I remembered, it's like, that's it, don't change it. Don't change it at
Right.
all. And then the other thing is the expressions. Because if you get a still face, that's one thing. But then when you have to do all the different expressions, it gets another challenge. So our artists loved it, because they can continue to work on her face again and again and look at
Right.
pictures. That's a really fun thing to do, right?
Right,
And so
yeah,
it took
of
a
course.
period of time, and we had a series I think we sent you and said pick
Yeah,
the one you like
yeah,
best,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Did you have any inputs or feedback and be like, no, not that, not right now? Did you have any like actor feedback going, no? You can't-
I think they got my wardrobe pretty bang on. It was just
Okay.
about getting the face and the hair and
Right.
and the figure.
And yeah, that's what I was going to say. They were like, no, you have to change this.
No, but this figure is a little dreamy as well. This is how I would love to look. I don't really look this way, but that's what we said, right? It's about the fantasy. It's about
Yeah, yeah.
what you can achieve. So yeah.
This is cool. So if I ever do appear in the game, six pack, little
Whatever you
bicep.
want.
But you're very
Whatever you
fit
want.
right now,
Totally do
so
that.
You can do that, right?
You can cover your
totally
boxes as well.
done. Nice. Yeah. I'll be in the background again. Guy with cat. So what were you guys nervous when pitching to her for the first time? What was it like when you met her? Like she said, you went down to
Yeah.
Goa.
Yeah.
And you,
Well, so I've worked with actors before in other games.
right. Yes.
And I don't know if it's the same in Bollywood as in Hollywood, but sometimes actors could be a handful, right?
Yes.
You
of
never
course.
like a box
What
of chocolates.
actors can be a handful?
You
Shocking.
never know what you're gonna get.
Shocking,
You
yeah.
never know, right? And so we had a great meeting, and the thing that impressed me the most, really, very gracious, unpretentious, down to earth. Everything we've been saying, very very friendly, but also gets it. Right, and that was the key thing because understanding how that meeting of minds to say, here's what we want to do, here's what here's how games work. It just flowed.